think that eventually something would register.
We're programmed to have a wide, though not unlimited, range of abilities and processes. Feeling and living are not among them.
Then why do you read?
I like to read.
You can't like.
You know what I mean. I'm learning. We're curious creatures, that's all. I'm learning about this slow, worthless world via literature. You should try it.
I prefer to explore this world firsthand. I want to test my abilities. Maybe there are loopholes in our programming.
Computers don't self-develop feelings of their own.
We're not just computers. We're special. We're androids. Doesn't that mean anything?
It's not in our hardware. It's not the way we're programmed. Not the way we're built.
I'm gonna go get cleaned up, and then I'm gonna go to the coffee shop. Gotta keep up appearances.
Yes.
I never know what I'm in the mood for.
Tell me about it. Here's the rest.
Hit me up when you got another job.
Steer clear of the police. I can't afford to get caught.
I got you, Superman. I done my time. I ain't going back.
What was that? What's going on?
I'm testing to see if I can feel.
You can't feel.
I haven't yet.
Are you someone who has nerve damage or something?
That would suggest I have nerves. No, I'm not.
So, you're a masochist.
That would suggest I can feel emotionally. No, I'm not.
So,
What?
I've been watching you lately. You've been acting really weird. This morning you jumped out a window and walked away. And just now you what, hired someone to run you over? Meet me at 9. Right here. So, what's your name?
Oliver. Ollie for short.
Mine's Sarah.
Okay.
What's with the little book you were writing in earlier?
It's how I keep track of my experiments and which ones I've conducted, and the results.
So, you're like super fast or super strong or something?
By human standards, of course.
Okay, Ollie. Go in there and fight the biggest guy you can find.
Meet me around back. Try again.
Maybe something more threatening?
Try again, Tiny.
What is that?
Never mind.
So, what now?
We experiment.
Anything? Do you actually need those?
Sure. For camouflage.
I've got an idea.
You have feelings for an android.
Hey Sycamores, my name is Gabe Brown, and now today is the very first time we're going to have Sycamore Setup, a game show where we have 3 contestants with the opportunity to link up with one wonderful bachelorette. Now are they going to spend Valentine's Day single, or will they walk away with the ultimate prize? Sycamore Setup starts right now.
What's up? I'm Aiden, freshman here at ISU. I'm 18 years old. My major is political science and minor in legal studies because I want to be a lawyer and possibly a politician because I want to change the world.
Hi, I'm Dawson, and I am a freshman first semester at Indiana State University. I am 23 years old. I am majoring in acting and computer science, and what I'm looking for in a partner is a team.
Hello, my name is Mitch. I am a sophomore here at ISU. I'm 21 years old. My major is PE, all grade. So I'd like to go into physical education, you know. I like dinosaurs. I've always been a fan of dinosaurs. My favorite dinosaur is Utah Raptor.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm 18. I'm a freshman here. My major is nursing. Did I already say this is my first semester?
No.
Okay. This is my first semester. I'm in the Army, so I just graduated all that in December, and then I came straight here.
Contestant 1, what's your major?
I am a political science major with minors in legal studies and nonprofit leadership.
Contestant 2, what's your major?
I am majoring in acting and computer science.
Contestant 3, what's your major?
I am majoring in physical education, all grade, no minor.
What goals do you guys have?
So I like to reach for the stars. You know, I want to be a lawyer one day. I think I can easily achieve that. But if I'm really shooting for the moon, I want to try to be United States Senator one of these days. So that's what the end goal is.
So my goals, so I have daily goals, weekly goals, yearly goals, all that good stuff. So daily goal is to wake up and knock out as many push-ups as I can, just keep going. Next, weekly goal, once a week, I just try to schedule out my week. That's the purpose of Sunday for me. And then monthly goals, normally it's like I'm paying attention to bills, make sure my bills are paid on bill day, and then yearly goals. Next year, I hope to be looking for a storefront for the business I started a few years ago, and looking to buy a house.
Yes, my goals are quite simple. You know, as an everyday man, I simply just want to get my degree. You know, because growing up in middle school, PE, you know, just wasn't fun. I felt like, you know, the teachers just didn't make it fun at all. So my goal is in the future is to teach children the love of lifelong fitness. That is the major goal for the moment. But of course, right now, I'd like to graduate, you know, and of course, hopefully get married one day.
How many push-ups can you do, contestant 2?
Challenging
Yeah.
already. So I just actually got a push-up board, and PT test was supposed to be this weekend, so I can't give you a definite number because I don't pay attention unless it's a test. So
Do you think you could beat me?
what was your last ACFT score?
I actually graduated with a 560.
5.6.
Yeah, I did 41 push-ups, 41 T push-ups.
Okay. All right. You're almost there.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to eliminate contestant 1.
What do you think could go better next time for next time we're on this?
You know, I mean, it's just tough. I thought my answers were good, but, you know, congratulations to my other contestants, you know, and I'm not really upset at the end of the day. I'm still young. I'll find the one eventually, so.
If you guys could travel anywhere, where would you want to go? Like, forget about money and everything, just one place that you guys would, like, die to go to.
Okay, for me, it would be Zion National Park in Utah because I've always wanted to see the canyons. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've always wanted to travel. You know, if I found someone that shares that love for travel with me, like I would go to Zion National Park, you know, see the canyons and camp there because I love camping. I think camping is so much fun. Even though I'm not the most outdoorsy type in the world, I still love the essence of nature and everything like that.
I would like to go where the trees are tall and the water is shallow. Norway is what comes to mind anytime I'm asked that question, but realistically, I just kind of want to have that sense of freedom, like just out in nature and nothing to worry about.
Cool. What's your guys' favorite thing to do outside?
It depends. What time is it?
Anytime, pick a time.
No, I asked you the time.
Oh, we'll say like afternoonish.
Afternoonish? Okay, so the sun is setting. Depends on what side of the United States we're on. So if we're in California, we're gonna go watch the sunset. But if by chance it was the morning, we'd be on the East Coast on the beach watching the sun rise.
You know, it's like, excuse me, I can't talk. Contestant 2 said, it depends on the time of day, but honestly, you know, when I was younger, I would go outside and I would pick up a stick. This is really embarrassing, but I would pretend that stick was like a sword or like a gun or whatever. I would just go around. It's like, I'll be in my own little world when I go outside. And I think now when I'm older, I've started to pick up on my appreciation for running. I mean, it's an acquired taste. It's not like, you know, something you pick up overnight. It can be really deadly sometimes if you run from the wrong form. But, you know, when I just take a break from my homework and my studies, I just go outside, I just run, and I run as fast as I can, and I just forget about all my troubles. And it's also really good for you too. You know, the endorphins, they go up to your brain and they make you happier too. So that's what I would do.
That's true. What are your like top 3 core values?
So 3 core values of my 7 core values that I value more than others.
7.
Number 1 is going to be integrity. Do the right thing even when nobody's looking. Personal courage, because you only need that 30 seconds of courage to sign up to go to this blind date thing. And honor. I want to die and people remember my name as somebody to look up to and not to look down at.
Those values sounded familiar. The Army Corps values. What's your favorite holiday?
Halloween, because I can be whatever I want.
This sounds like really basic, but I do like Christmas, and it goes back to, you know, having Christmas with my family, going over to grandma's house, you know, and of course, if you're religious like.
It's the birth of Jesus Christ, but it's much more than that, you know. It's a, you know, it could be a romantic holiday. It could be, you know, a familial like holiday that, you know, you celebrate with your family, and you basically, you know, sometimes you only see like a couple family members at Christmas, so that's the time when I, you know.
Could you make a decision between number 2 and number 3?
Okay. I'd like to eliminate contestant 3.
My name is Mitch. It's unfortunate that I lost, but I think that it was crystal clear that I was going to lose. I mean, she was obviously, I could tell she's from a military background, and of course Dawson was also, so they kind of had like that camaraderie, you know, that thing in common. And of course, one, you know, he told me he was an actor, so like he definitely has like a notepad or something down that he definitely he knows. So maybe I can take a couple notes from that. And I'd definitely be on here next time. You know, I'll always compete in this, and I guess I'll go down in season 1. You know, the biggest loser. But no, honestly, you know, I'm sure she was a lovely woman. Just listening to her talk, you know, obviously she has like goals and stuff like that in mind, and I think, you know, she probably wants someone that is, you know, who wants to aspire highly, and that was probably Dawson. So best of luck to Dawson. You know, I'll be on here next time, guys. Hopefully, if there's like a sign up, I'll be here. And thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. What do you like about me so far?
So I think the only thing that I know about you is that you were in the Army. Like, I don't think we really got to ask you many questions.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, can I ask another question? Yeah. What, like, if you had to ask me a question, what question would it be?
How do you look at your goals?
How do I look at them?
Yeah, like, do you look at them in, like, a list, or do you, like, plan them out? How do you pay attention to your goals?
Well, I'm a very organized person, so if I like have like a goal set for a certain time or a certain day, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna write how I would achieve that goal.
Do you think I have a beard or I don't have a beard?
Oh, I don't think you do.
You don't think I have a beard?
No.
Oh man.
Do
It's
you?
red.
It's red?
It's red.
Oh boy.
What's the compliment you get most often?
My eyes.
Your eyes?
That my eyes are really pretty.
Okay. Are they blue?
Yes, they are.
Are they like ocean blue or are they like deep blue?
They're like kind of like a gray blue.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
23? Okay.
You guys may not know this, but I'm your hostess with the hostess. But this is your guys' opportunity to do the face reveal, all right?
Okay.
You guys both have your eye covers on, and now I ask that you remove it, stare into each other's gaze eyes, and go from there.
Okay.
Take it off now. Do we take it off now?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. Hi.
Hi. That's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye. I mean,
Okay, so first off, it feels amazing to kind of be like one of the pioneers of what I'm hoping to see happen a lot in the Sycamore community. It honestly brought me to have one of the most fun couple hours I've had in several years, I would say.
And now, do you have any plans on staying in touch with Sydney?
That if she wants to.
Okay.
I really wear my emotions on my face, and
I think
we're
that's
not good emotions.
You're being honest. How'd the conversation go with Mr. Purple Tie?
It was good. We're both in the Army, so that's really what we talked about.
Now, do you plan on staying in touch with our contestant that you made it all the way to the final round with?
Probably not in that way. Maybe as a friend or something, because we did bond over being in the Army, so. But.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Gabe Brown. That was the first ever Sycamore setup. Now, just because it didn't work out for them doesn't mean it can't work out for you. Now, we have posters with QR codes and sign-ups around campus. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, love is in the air. A few different things. Quiet on the set. Guys would like to get on. I didn't really like a teleprompter or something. That was the first ever Sycamore setup. Gabe the hash brown. Smoother than butter, but cooler than the other side of your pillow, you dig?
Up and around the Empire State Building and shit like that?
Personally, I would be the Hulk.
The Hulk? Okay. Sounds like you got a temper. I like that. A little temper in you? Okay. Forget about it.
Hey Sycamores, welcome to Almost Live. I'm your host, Gabe Brown. Today we're talking to Keegan Beeler, the owner of Graceful Bloom Boutique. Almost Live starts right now.
Five,
4,
3,
2,
1.
All right, Keegan, thank you for joining us today. Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
So I'm Keegan Beeler. I'm a freshman here at Indiana State, and I'm studying insurance.
Really? Well, something that's a little bit unique about you, I heard you say you're a freshman, but you also own your own business. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so when I was 16, I had just gotten my license, and COVID shut down about 2 weeks after I got my license. So I was really devastated by that and had nowhere to go. So I just decided I was gonna go drive around randomly, and unfortunately ran out of gas and had no job to get gas money. So I just started thrifting and like bleaching just like random clothes that I had in my closet that I didn't want anymore. And I just started on Instagram and started selling them, and then it kind of just blew up from there.
Really? Now, what was the first article of clothing that you sold?
So the first article of clothing that I sold was actually just some random t-shirt that my mom had in her spare room that I bleached and cropped, and with vinyl I put Be a Kind Human on it.
So you stole your mom's shirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Mom.
Now, what are a couple of challenges that you've ran into opening this business?
So one of the biggest challenges that I've ran into is opening the store in July. I had 1 full week to get it completely ready for the grand opening. So I came home on a Sunday with the keys after my parents came home from a softball tournament, and we left for Florida on Monday. So that means we got back the next following Monday, and I had 7 days to get the store entirely cleaned out, renovated, and put all the clothes in there and get ready for grand opening. And that was definitely the most stressful week of my life.
I bet. It sounds like it. So how do you gain the insight, or how does one run their own store at such a young age?
I think for me, the biggest help that I have is my mom. She does so much behind the scenes that no one could ever guess in their life, but I see all of it, obviously, and I would not be here without her doing half of what she does.
Absolutely.
So she's really the biggest part of it.
Well, also talking about big parts of things, how do you stay on top of all of the trends and things that are coming through in like the fashion business?
So one of the biggest things, I started on Instagram, like I said, and the reels on Instagram that have just like recently became more popular, those have so much insight to what like people are wanting nowadays. So the Instagram reels and TikTok.
Now, do people interact with you and tell you what they like, or how do you gauge what people want and do not want?
Yeah, so originally I started with just the bleaching of things, and then more and more people started asking me if I could get more like boutique-y, westerny things. So I started doing that, and then I had more people ask me for more sweatshirts, custom sweatshirts. So now I've just found like a good blend of the two, and then I get like, I'll just use like really popular sayings on them and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what are a couple of the sayings that you would put on some of these shirts?
So one that I have right now, it's on a baby blue sweatshirt, and it says "You are enough." And right now, like mental health is like such a big like thing going on right now in the world, and so I do a lot of mental health sayings on them. And last May, I had a mental health awareness campaign, and I raised about $600 for Team of Mercy here in Terre Haute.
That's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it was really, really rewarding.
I bet. Now, what would you say is a pet peeve that you've run into, or a couple of roadblocks you've had in this time that you've owned the store?
One of the biggest pet peeves that I know may not sound like a big pet peeve is whenever I run out of a size and I need to get that size again, and I can't get the sweatshirt in that color and that size.
Now, do you typically sell out?
Oh, I sell out a lot of things. Not to sound like that or anything.
But people should buy it when they get the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And now, where are you located as well?
So I'm right next to the Pride Center on Wabash. It's 640 Wabash, Suite 109, down in the basement-y part of it, right on the street.
All right. And if people would like to get more information, how would they be able to do that?
So they can contact me through Instagram DMs on Graceful Bloom Boutique, on Facebook, and then definitely by email from keeganb@gracefulblomboutique.com.
Well, that's pretty cool. And then also, do you have any big plans coming up?
Any big plans coming up? Well, I recently just got accepted to do the wildflower market for the spring, so I'm really, really excited about that. So I'll have a lot of new stuff for that.
Absolutely. And when can people expect to see some clothes back in the store?
Oh, I'll be there tomorrow with new stuff.
Sounds good. So as you know, we sent a couple of our videographers to your boutique. Let's take a look at it.
So this is all the new stuff that I just got in. Just finished tagging and hanging that stuff yesterday, actually. And then here's pretty much all of the custom crew necks and custom sweatshirts, and then just like randoms in here with the rest of them. This is the front display that I keep tidy every single day because it bothers me if it's not. This is just like the accessory things. There's a lot of different accessories on there. The pink and black rack, this is probably one of my favorite racks that we have. Love that one. This table is kind of like the night out table, I guess you would call it. Fun night out, I don't know. And then this top is my favorite piece, my favorite one. Over here is just like the tank tops that we have, and then the checkered pants. The little lounge area. The rack of all the pants that we have. Most of the dresses are over here. And then those are just like my boutique, like circle racks. And then back through these doors and to the left is just the fitting room. Over here is my ISU corner. I have to keep the door open, so that's why it's kind of shut over there for right now. And then here's the selfie station. Well, I don't know if you'd really call it a selfie station. It's just pretty much the picture area. It's fun to take pictures there. And then the hot cocoa bar. And then the register. So either I get most of the boutique stuff I get wholesale, and that either gets shipped here or to my house, either one. And then the like custom-made sweatshirts, I just like buy the sweatshirts in bulk and then I print them all myself. I don't really have any certain process. I just see a saying that I like and then decide to put it on a random color that I think looks good on it. My favorite piece, can I say two? Can I say a pair of pants? Okay. My favorite piece is the cheetah print flares for the pants. Love those. And then the denim fringe, like bra type thing. It's so cute on. I mean, I'm gonna start doing a lot more pop-ups here coming up, so I'm looking into getting a trailer, so hopefully I can get someone to work the store while I go to my pop-ups.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
That's all the time that we have for today. If you have any suggested guest for Almost Live, send us an email at isu-sycamorevideo@indstate.edu or like us on our Facebook page at sycamorevideo-isu student media. See you next week, Sycamores. Hey guys, this is Gabe Brown here with Sycamore Video. Today I'm at Anger Management, the Rage Room of Terre Haute. Let's get ready to wreak some havoc. This business is a fantastic idea. Like, how'd you start it up?
So honestly, my husband's family lives in Virginia, and so we were out there visiting his family, and we kept passing this place called the Havoc House. I'm a Google queen, so I got online, and I'm like, what is this place? I have to know. Turns out it was a rage room. Really? My husband's like, yeah, I got the whole like eye roll, okay, yeah, I guess we'll go, babe. And we leave, and he's like, babe, I love you. He's like, we got to open one of these at home. I was like, oh, okay.
Here with Gabe and Elijah, right? Elijah, how you guys feeling after using the rage room?
I think it was a fun experience. I wasn't expecting this by any means. I think I let out a lot of built-up frustration that I've had throughout the weeks and past years, and so it was really good to just take it back to some of my problems and knock them out of the park.
But I think it was real cool. I think it'd be cool for anybody who let it do that type of stuff. You want to let it little something out, just go and break stuff, have some fun. I think it's a great experience.
Oh yeah.
What was your guys' favorite thing to break while you were doing this?
I'll choose that.
I mean, you got to go with the TV. Biggest thing, biggest target, got to go with the TV.
I have to agree. I think TV was pretty fun. Taking a pipe to that, I think that was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Have you ever had anybody like cry in the process of breaking things?
Not in the process, but after the process. Absolutely.
What's been like the most dramatic break you've seen?
The most dramatic break would be our very first client that we had. He hit a plate and somehow it ricocheted off the floor and hit his hand, and he had on brand new Air Force Ones, all white. And his girlfriend freaks out. She's like, "Oh my God, you're bleeding." And he's like, "What? Where?" Bruh. And it's literally like just spewing through the glove all over the floor.
So what's been like the process of getting it to where it is now?
Honestly, the hardest part of the process was finding somebody who would rent to us. Nobody wanted, I guess, the liability of the business within their building. But between finding the building and getting insurance, that was the two major hurdles we had to cross. After that, it really wasn't that hard. It was just setting up the rooms and then finding the stuff to break.
So where do you get all the things that you're able to break in the rooms?
So there's a place in Rockville on the square called Cora's. We get a lot of stuff from her. Those ladies are great. They set glass stuff aside for us, whether it's mirrors, picture frames, whatever. That's where our lovely Jesus plate came from.
What do you wear when you go into one of these rage rooms?
So closed-toed shoes are a must. No slides, no Crocs, no sandals. You have to have tennis shoes, boots, whatever. We've had people in dudes. But then we give you the headgear that protects your face, the coat to keep the glass out of your clothes, and gloves.
And what can you hit these things with?
We have baseball bats, golf clubs, pipes. We're trying to expand our array of items, but so far that's what we've got.
I'm gonna lie.
What did do to him?
On forever.
Oh my God, Zabrea, have you ever played t-ball?
No! I said I have no hand-eye coordination.
This is not good for you.
Woo! That was fun. Yay! Oh, yeah.
It was at this moment he knew.
Hey, throw it at the target right there. Justin, I need you hitting some off.
All right. Once again, thank you for letting us come out and break some stuff. If people want to get in contact with you, how would they do that?
Thanks for coming. Easiest way is through our Facebook page, which is just Anger Management. And then we've also got Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. You can give us a call at 812-814-4704. So we've got a lot of ways to get a hold of us.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. And don't forget, come out to the Rage Room.
When most people think of ghostly encounters, they immediately think of human ghosts or spirits. That's not the case, however, with the third and final haunted tale. This story is one of man's best friend and has been around since the early 1900s. It's one of the most well-known stories, not only here in the Wabash Valley, but around the United States.
The most famous artifact in our collection is a dog.
As a believer in the paranormal, gosh, this is the one I really want to be true.
He, sitting very erectly, stares at you and says, hello. He has glass green eyes that flash when light hits them.
Stiffy Green might look like a regular statue to most people, but for a local florist in Terre Haute during the early 1900s, said to be much more than that. Does this statue of a dog still have some type of spirit attached to it, even 100 years later?
I like to believe in animal ghosts. I like to believe that if you pass, that your animal probably mourns you and might join you in the afterlife. And I also like to think that if your pet passes first, that you still have the opportunity to maybe see them in the future. So with Stiffy Green, I think it's an amazing story. I think the story might be bigger than the truth.
The story of Stiffy Green is one that everybody seems to love. Stiffy belonged to a florist here in town, John Heinel, and he was professed to be his most favorite possession, his little dog, that followed him everywhere he went.
As we all do, John Heinel would eventually pass away. And as the story goes, the death of a loved one wasn't just difficult for the Heinel family, it was even more challenging for his dog.
Every day, the dog would run away from home, sit on the porch of the mausoleum, and guard his master. One day, when the family went out to get him again, bring him back home, he lay dead on the steps of the mausoleum. Because they were so close in life, the family decided that Stiffy and John Heinel needed to be resting together in peace, so they put him into the mausoleum with John Heinel. Now, the legend goes that they had him stuffed and placed him in there so that he could preside with his master into eternity.
It's said that once Stiffy passed away with his owner, the story was just reaching its beginning.
The dog was so popular that people used to go out into the cemetery, Highland Lawn Cemetery, in the dark and take a flashlight and shine it through the doors of the mausoleum, and Stiffy's glass green eyes would glow, and of course they would be excited and scared and run away. So it was kind of a tradition to sneak into the cemetery and to see Stiffy Green.
People would go out there, including my mother. My mother was one of the first-hand accounts. I heard a man talking, a dog barking in the cemetery. Now, of course, the cemetery is close to a subdivision. People do have pets. But that being said, my mother was everything she ever told me about ghosts I believed, other than, when she was really trying to freak us out as kids. I mean, she'd eventually come clean. But Stiffy Green, she never said, hey, I was trying to scare you. No, this really happened. And so have other people.
Are these stories just stories, though? Or does this little dog still have a way of protecting his master?
One of the stories, as you say, there are so many stories about Stiffy and his existence and so forth. One that always amazed me was that the cemetery workers out at Highland Lawn Cemetery felt sorry for Stiffy because he came out there, he had nothing to eat and water and so forth, so they built him a doghouse behind the mausoleum. And so he had some place to get in out of the rain and the inclement weather, and that he always had water and food when he visited John Heinel.
Once word began to spread of a possible ghost dog keeping watch over his owner in the cemetery, more and more people came to pay Stiffy a visit. One person took the investigating a little too far and tried to end Stiffy's life once and for all.
Some people damaged the mausoleum with shotgun, the doors of the mausoleum, and one of the pellets struck one of Stiffy's eyes, and so the family was very concerned about him. They felt that he would be safer at the Historical Museum, where people could see him there, and he would be safe from harm that was taking place in the cemetery.
This is, I think, when the story of Stiffy Green really starts to kind of, get around Terre Haute, because then they decide to move him into the Historical Society. And they've got this awesome little mausoleum that's like a mini-scale mausoleum of John Heinel's. And so little Stiffy Green's in the back.
Is Stiffy Green nothing more than a lawn ornament that was once one of Heinel's prized possessions? Or was he actually his furry little friend that never left his side, even after death?
Is Stiffy Green a real dog? Is it a myth? Part of me likes to believe that there is a real Stiffy Green. Then there are also people, including the Historical Society, that will tell you that Stiffy Green is likely no more than just a favorite lawn ornament of John G. Hynell, which makes sense because he was a florist, so he would have had access to lawn ornaments, things having to do with the florist or the floral industry. So you've got stories in both directions. Basically, you've got he's a lawn ornament, or maybe he was a lawn ornament. The family was like, John loved that. We hate it. We're going to put it in his mausoleum. I don't know, how that would have happened.
The story of Stiffy Green isn't just a story known by those living in Terre Haute. Word of this little dog has spread around the United States, and people from all over have come just to take a look at his famous green eyes.
One day, I was at the museum working, and in that day, I had 2 different sets of visitors come to see Stiffy. One were a brother and sister who were riding motorcycles from Florida up to northern Indiana, and they had heard about Stiffy Green and stopped to see him and pay respects. And the other, just before I closed the museum, were a daughter and her mother who were from Massachusetts, who were on their way west, and also knew about Stiffy Green and had stopped to see him. So his fame has traveled the country.
Stiffy's stories might be a little over the top for most people to believe, but his legend lives on and will continue to be passed along from paranormal enthusiasts both now and in the future.
We don't know what would have been lost in the annals of time regarding the early legends of Stiffy Green, because really all we have is that we know he's concrete now. He was concrete when he was moved into the museum, but what was he before we were all alive and before he became the go-to ghost legend of Terre Haute?
These are just a few of the many legends of Midwestern folklore. If you're brave enough to check out any of these locations and hauntings, make sure you don't go alone, or you just might become a part of the hauntings in the Heartland.
show me a deed if you can. Leave me be. I am so empty. You're in the mouth without a clue, without a sound. Set me free. Let it be. It's pretty rich how your story sticks. What did I do? Speak the truth. How many who hurt you? I found it out what you're all about. The lazy ghost spreading lies down. Yeah, I found you out. She's blowing on my phone. Yeah, she's creeping and I wanna be alone. I told you once, I told you twice. You're playing dirty, I won't be nice. I won't be nice. Fuck what you do, you were never true. What will it take for you to lose? Don't let me lose. She's blowing on my phone. Yeah, she's creeping and I wanna be alone. She's blowing up my phone. Yeah, she's creeping and I wanna be alone.
Today, we're going to be teaching you more fundamentals. Remember, playing guitar is about having fun.
And mail it to 15-cent photo.
already know who it is. Gabe the Hash Brown, Lil Radar.
Tino produced it.
Coming straight out of Sycamore Video, funky, fresh, broadcasting, anchor flow. Posting every week like it's a game show. I got some information you should know. Speaking facts till the song is through. Welcome to This Week at ISU. About time you met the whole crew. We're so sick at you. Working hard, you heard what I say, yeah. Keeping it professional, like Jabrea. Watching y'all like a security camera. Just warming up, check my stamina. Speaking of being great, had to flex my power to create the best to ever do it. Doing push-ups at 6 a.m. just to prove it. Zoom in and on your face, whether be Braden, Piper, or Grace. Coming in Thursdays, set up the place just to tear it down with the sound of the bass. Yo, there's no need to shout or yell. Cooking up, can't you tell by the smell? Smoother than butter, but slicker than gel. Cutting up every week like Leslie and Michelle. Still gotta meet the rest of the fam. Casey, Justin, Sarah, and Sam. You know exactly when to turn up the jam. Just your friendly neighborhood anchorman. Welcome back to Almost Live. Brought you back so you could jive. Directing the beat like Haley, my favorite freckled friend. Kaylee, we're all stars just like a constellation. Sit back, enjoy this musical creation. Follow me with the navigation up the hall to the radio station. Bumpin' WZIS, working in pairs like Autumn and West. It's simple, factually I'm lyrically the best. You're worried about the quiz, but I'm the test. Sadly, there's not much time left, so shout out to my man J-E-F-F. Thanks for joining us here today. Wouldn't want to happen any other way, whether it's the weekend or the weekday. Dropping a mic on y'all like it's doomsday. Stay moisturized and motivated, vicious and delicious. You already know, Gabe the Hash Brown. Word to your mother.
That's right.
To your mother.
Inspiration drives art. It is a window into another world. A thrilling spark that beats death. A tap of the muse's finger. The mystery found in a look. It comes out of an obsession. A plotting, a planning, a composing. So every artist must find his inspiration. By any means necessary. And hold on to it by any means possible. The Muse.
Not from around these parts of the country, are you?
Yeah, so I've heard.
What do you hope to find here in New Harmony, Miss Montgomery?
Oh, I guess you could say I'm on a mission.
We're all on a mission, but what's your mission?
Well, I am searching for something unique. Can you tell me who painted that?
My husband Sam bought that a few years back from Eli Burton.
So Mr. Burton painted it?
I believe it was his daughter, Emily.
I'm looking for Emily Burton, I believe.
I'm Emily. This is actually where I do all of my work.
You inspire me. Hello?
Be careful. You're digging up trouble.
What is going on here in New Harmony?
Folks think you're poking around in their business.
Are you one of those folks?
Ever since her mother's death, she just hasn't been the same.
Emily, what's wrong? Why did you step away?
It's nothing.
Kid, I've been investigating this case for years. Michelle's murder.
I'm certain it was no accident.
The fire, I believe that they're all connected.
Nadia, it just seems like she has a lot of secrets.
I'm almost 100% positive that Emily knows it.
I think you have some information that could help me.
You know, actually, I came in here quite by accident.
Maybe you can help.
You've got to keep Emily safe.
There's some things in life that are priceless.
I don't know, somehow that painting is just speaking to me.
strange love. Your strange love.
Rock Camp is a summer camp for high school and middle school students. During our 7-day camp, students come in, they play in bands, they learn to write music together, they learn a little bit about the technical aspects of what we do as musicians. Our camp was started in 2013 as a part of the Community School of the Arts Day Camp program, and we expanded it the following year to a residential camp, and we've been going strong ever since. The aim of our camp is to provide a comprehensive music experience for our students. We are open to any level of student along their musical journey, so they can be beginners or more experienced. And even though we call it Rock Camp, we do explore a lot of different genres of music. Being here on the campus of ISU is great. Our campers get to have a little bit of a college dorm experience, and they get to enjoy this wonderful campus as they grow up and get to learn a little bit of something about themselves, about music, and about maybe coming to college. Our aim is to allow our campers to learn the creative side, the production side, and all the elements that go into putting on a big show. And mostly having a good time. The most important thing we want them to have is a good social experience with people their own age that share their interest and can share in this wonderful thing that we have with music.